Hey guys, Repugnant Man here, coming at you with another quick guide on EV training. I'm going to have links in the description to the different timestamps for the different ways you can EV train your Pokemon. So look for that posted in the comments and in the description. Without further ado, let's get started on EV training. EVs is short for effort values, and they make Pokemon stronger in a particular stat. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, these effort values are earned through 3 different ways. They're earned through battle, vitamins, and through Pokejobs. It's important to know these 3 ways mentioned because it's the only way to increase your EVs. With that said, every Pokemon you catch or breed starts with no EVs at all, so it's your job to put them on. The next important note about EVs is that the max number of EVs that a Pokemon can get is 510. But for simplicity's sake, we're going to say that it's 508 because the extra 2 points don't allow for any further stat changes. With that said, the max number of EVs that one stat can have is 252. So you can do the math. You can fully max out 2 different stats at 252 each, and then you'll have an extra 4 left over that you can put somewhere else. Now that is a simple EV spread. You don't have to do your EV spreads 252, 252, 4. You can get a little more complicated depending on if you want your Pokemon to outspeed something or live a certain hit. You can check the EVs of your Pokemon by going into your menu, checking the summary on your Pokemon, then going over into the right menu right here where it shows the little stat curve. And then once you have the stat curve open, you hit the X button on your controller, and it'll show you which stats are maxed out with glitter. You will also see how much is in each stat with like a little faint white line that represents how much EVs are in that stat. And as you can see on this close-up, that speed and attack have these little faint white lines all the way to the end. Alright guys, now I want to show you a quick example of what it's like when your Pokemon is fully EV trained. Okay, so this Pokemon is not EV trained right here. It has 123 attack and 138 speed, alright? Alright guys, here's an example of how Lucha fully EV trained. As you can see, its attack stat jumped by 35 points to 158, and its speed stat jumped by 32 points to 170. So this is definitely relevant when it comes to damage calculations. EV training is very important, so don't forget to EV train, otherwise your team's not going to be too competitive. Alright everyone, let's talk about the first way that you can EV train. This is in no particular order. This is the Pokejobs. Okay, so with Pokejobs, you're going to want to go to the nearest Pokemon Center, and you're going to go on the computer and hit Pokejobs. On the very bottom, you can see that there's all these different seminars for the different stats that Pokemon can get. HP, attack, defense, special defense, and speed. And essentially what you're going to do is leave a Pokemon in a certain seminar based on the stat that you want to boost. So I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen now how many stats you get per hour with and without power items, which I'll explain in a bit. You can use power items to make it 12 EVs per hour instead of 4, so it's an increase of 8. If you use power item that corresponds with the stat that you're trying to train in Pokejobs, then you will have a fully EV trained Pokemon in 24 hours. You can get these power items from the Pokemon Center in Hammerlock using battle points that you earned from battling in the Battle Tower. So the cool thing about this Pokejobs is that you can do an exploit that fast forwards time one day very quickly so that you can EV train your Pokemon to its maximum for one stat in essentially a couple of minutes. The first step of this process is to actually put the power item on the Excadrill. We're going to train it in speed, so we're going to put on Power Anklet, give it to Drillbur, and we're going to put him in the speed regimen now. Go to Pokejobs, go to the bottom, speed, and put Drillbur in there. Then we hit yes, we're done. We're going to ask us how long. We're going to put send Pokemon, whole day. Alright, cool. We got him in. Now to fast forward the time, you have to go to the wild area. Okay, now that we're in the wild area, we're going to do something known as den retooling. So what you're going to do is actually just going to go ahead and put a wishing piece inside here. Save, that's fine. Ooh. What's this? Okay, you're going to go inside, right? You're going to hit invite others. Then you're going to hit the home button. Go to your system settings. System, date and time. Change it 1 day forward. Go back. quit. And what that does is it tricks the game into thinking that one day has passed. So now you can go back to the Pokemon Center. Okay, now that we're back in the Pokejobs, you can see that the speed seminar has been completed. Go into here, and your Drillbur is going to be completely trained in speed. So I'll show here. That only took like 2 minutes, so there you go. That's how you EV train using Pokejobs exploit. Let's move on to the next way you can EV train. The next way to EV train that I'm going to show you is with feathers and with vitamins. So feathers, you could find them on Route 5 by the daycare on the bridge. That's to the right hand side. There are these little sparkly things on the bridge. If you just hit A on them, you get them. So these feathers increased your EVs by 1. You might think that's not really useful, but when you're getting into the more complicated EV spreads, it is pretty useful. Alright guys, vitamins are going to be located in the Pokemon Center at this location in Winden. Alright, so once you're in the Pokemon Center, talk to the seller on the right, and he's going to be selling these vitamins for 10,000 a pop. Now, these raise Pokemon EVs by 10 for every one you give, so you need 26 of them to fully train a Pokemon to 252. That's a lot of Pokemoney. If you want to know how to make loads of money quick, I have a guide for that too. It's going to be in the description below. Alright guys, the last way I'm going to show you to get EVs is through Pokemon battles. So any Pokemon you kill is going to give you 1 EV. It gives you 2 EV for evolved forms. Usually that EV that is given is for the highest stat of that Pokemon. So right now I'm going to set up a list of the Pokemon that give you what EVs, their location, and corresponding stat. I will leave a link in the description to where I got this graphic from. It's actually from Cerebi.net, and they have a really good EV training guide, so I'll link that in the description. If your Pokemon that your EV training is holding a power item, it increases by 8, so it's 9 EVs per Pokemon that you kill. So you need to kill 28 Pokemon to fully EV train 1 stat, so that could take a while. This is not optimal, but it's useful when making complicated EV spreads. So let's say you wanted to have 172 EVs in defense. Then you can feed a Pokemon 17 iron, and that would boost it all the way to 170. Then you can go faint 2 roly-colies, which would bring you, that's without the power item, and that would bring you to 172. I also want to mention that every Pokemon in your party that gains XP during the battle will gain EVs as well. So you can give multiple Pokemon the same power item and train them at the same time. Alright guys, the last thing I'm going to be going over today is how you're going to erase EVs off Pokemon. So the way this is going to work is you're going to have to give them berries that decrease their stat by 10 per berry that you give. So the picture of each berry and which stat they decrease is going to go up now. I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can go to find these berries. But I found the best farming method for these berries is to actually go to Giant's Mirror and use the Den Retool method to keep getting loads of EV resetting berries in a short period of time. I have a video on that, which I will leave in the description below. And that's it for the video, guys. That's my EV training guide. I really appreciate if you stayed this long in the video and watched it all. It really helps a lot. If you could please like the video if it helped you at all, or just like to support the channel. It really helps. Please drop a subscription if you haven't yet already. Also comment if I missed anything. Please comment down below. We want to help the community out. And that's it for the video, guys. Have a great day and take it easy. Bye-bye.